All right. Good evening, everybody. This is the CSRN Weekly Video Minutes, our weekly podcast where we come and talk about some of the things that we've done last week, the things that we got going on right now, and some of the things that we've got coming up in the future. Hey, listen, family, what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the timer to give everybody an opportunity to jump in the podcast. And hey, listen, let's go ahead and get it started. All right, we are back. This is the Community Solidarity Response Network. This is our weekly podcast where we come to you weekly. We discuss some of the issues in the community that we think you need to know. Hey, look, usually I'm here with either Ruth Leonard, Julian Mack, Jody Summers, but man, it looks like everybody got the red, black, and green flu today. And it looks like I'm going to be the sole host today for our podcast. I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I use the pronoun he and him. And if you're watching this, put something in the chat. Let us know that you're checking us out. Say hi or put a fist in there. And as I said, I'm Brother Washington Muhammad. I'm one of the co-founders of CSRN, along with Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey. 7 years ago, um, Mike Leonardi and Jabril Bey decided to have what's called Community Solidarity Day. And they had this event at the Frederick Douglass where they came to discuss some issues that were important to the community. However, since they were neither politicians, pastors, or preachers, they wanted to find a way to, put together the event. Well, they had it all ready set up, and they gave me a call and said, "Hey, look, Brother Washington, can you help us put this thing together?" We met at the Frederick Douglass. Next, which you'll hear in our mission statement, we met at the Lucas County Courthouse when Derek Wilson was not indicted for the murder of Mike Brown, and we had a protest there. And right after the protest, we met at Kent Branch Library. So shout out to Kent Branch Library. That was the first location for CSRN, even before CSRN was called CSRN. I think that our name then was the Community Solidarity Ferguson Response Network of Toledo. That was such a long name, so we ended up shortening it to Community Solidarity Response Network, and then came the acronyms CSRN, and this is the home of Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. And for those who are listening or streaming this on our podcast on Spotify, I am wearing today, or if you're visually challenged, I am wearing today, I've got my black baseball cap on. I've got my glasses from Christian Moncrief. She owns Twix in Between, Optigo. And if you see this sister, she has a bus. Used to be like maybe a school bus, and she fashioned this school bus to be a like an optician office where you could walk right in the bus and pick the glasses of your choosing. And I made an appointment with her, picked these glasses out. She did the rest, man, and here you go. So if you see her, hey, listen, that sister's got it going on regarding what she does, and she does it well. I also have on a black sweater because it looks like it was spring half a day, then it was winter. All right. So, and also I have a scarf on. And as always, I'm dedicated to respecting and protecting all Black bodies, no matter the cost, no matter the gains or loss. And this is the headquarters for Black Lives Matter and Justice or Else. Before we take a short break, because definitely we've got some dynamite guests today. We've got Mrs. Tierra Armstrong, Heart to Hearts. If you know her and know what she does, she's going to be on talking about how she came up with the idea and what you need to know. And if you don't know her, then you'll know her today. And then later on, we're going to have our brother Chris Pope from Exclusive Auto Detail LLC. So if you've got an automobile or two and you want them clean, man, he does an awesome job. I took both my cars there and I'm planning on taking them back again. Hey, before we do our mission statement, I wanted to bring up, since we were celebrating 419 Day, there was in 2000, was it 2015, we had what we call Black Lives Matter Day. And I just wanted to put up a couple of, if I could, yeah, I got my audio there. Yeah, I wanted to put up just a couple of photos from Black Lives Matter Day. Let's see, put that on the screen. And what a great time that was for Toledo, to come together. It's 2005, right when the Ku Klux Klan decided to come downtown Toledo, and a group of us got together. We decided to have some alternative programming in the city, along with going downtown and getting some of the people, and bringing them back to to the Frederick Douglass. We didn't want our people downtown being insulted. So as it's 419 Day, we had Black Lives Matter 418, and that was in 2015. There's some other things that I want to point to, but right now what I like to do is read our mission statement. If I got it here. This is our mission statement. We are the Community Solidarity Response Network of Toledo, formed on November 25th, 2014, the day after it was announced that the killer, a Ferguson, Missouri police officer of Michael Brown, an unarmed teenager, would not be indicted. We bring awareness to the injustices experienced by Black men, women, and children who are disproportionately murdered, attacked, provoked, and harassed by law enforcement. Police brutality has to end. We bring awareness to the fact that most often police brutality goes without consequence and accountability. Police impunity has to end. We utilize tactics of protest, civil disobedience, event disruption, citizen advocacy to give voice to those who are otherwise voiceless. We facilitate progressive community-based events to foster self-development, and we discuss measures to hold local leadership accountable to their sworn duties, be they politician, clergy, educators, etc. We want justice, equal justice under the law. We want justice equally applied to all, regardless of creed, class, or color. For all lives to matter, Black lives must matter. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That's a quote from the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And being a part of the activist community, it's important to have a mission statement, because as times change, you want to be consistent with what you do, within the community. So thanks to the CSRN for developing that. Right now, I'm going to read our CSRN guiding principles. All Black lives matter. Queer Black lives, trans Black lives, formerly and presently incarcerated Black lives, poor working class Black lives, differently abled Black lives, Black men and women lives, immigrant Black lives, Black elderly and children lives. All Black lives matter and are the creators of this space. We throw no one under the bus. We rise together. Ashe. And that means one who changes a thing or one who makes a thing happen. Thriving instead of surviving. Our vision is based on the world we want, not the one we're currently in. We want to transform, not simply react. We want our people to thrive, not just exist. Think beyond the possible. Ashe. Experimentation and innovation must be built into our work. Embrace the best tools, practices, and tactics, and leave those behind that no longer serve us. Ashe. Evaluation and assessment must be built into our culture. Critical reflection must be a part of all of our work. We learn from our mistakes and our victories. Ashe. Principled struggle can exist in a positive environment. We must be honest with one another by embracing direct, loving communication. Ashe. Love, self-love, is practiced in every element of all we do. Love and self-love must be a driver of our work and an indicator of our success. Without this principle and without healing, we will harm each other and undermine our movement. Ashe. 360-degree vision. We honor past struggles and wisdom from elders. The work we do today builds the foundations of movements of tomorrow. We consider our mark on future generations. Ashe. Self-care means we build resilient spaces by budgeting time, energy, and resources for healing. Self-care is a regular, consistent, intentional, and essential practice. Ashe. The most directly affected people are experts at their own lives and should be in leadership at the center of our movement and telling their stories directly. Ashe. Training and leadership development should be fundamental. Our movement must constantly grow and leadership must constantly multiply. Ashe. Those are our guiding principles. We happened upon our guiding principles in 2015 at the Movement for Black Lives convening. This was a convention organized by young people. And during the ceremony, they had their guiding principles, which aligned with everything that we did or what we thought. And we adopted that. That's what we do today. And that's what we use to keep our group unified and also to keep us principled and disciplined. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to take a short break. We're going to come back with our sister, Tiara Armstrong, from Heart to Hearts. So just stay tuned. This is the CSRN Video Minutes, our weekly podcast. We'll be right back.
Pathway Incorporated Brothers United program believes that children are important. Every day we support and advocate for fathers because when children have involved fathers, the whole community thrives. The fathers that come into the Brothers United program are mostly young fathers who are primarily gang members or drug dealers or those involved in lots of trauma from the time when they were youth until now. This program has fatherhood classes which teach you about your role as a father, the importance of being a father, healthy relationships, how to co-parent and work better together with your co-parent, and then economic stability, how to get a job, how to keep a job. It is so important for fathers to learn to take care of their children holistically, not just emotionally, not just physically, but financially as well, because children need a holistic approach.
I really just needed help with really being a better father and looking for a job to be able to support my kids.
Some of the problems I was facing when I joined Brothers United was communication with my children. Had some time apart from each other for a while, so they gave me the tools to really get back in communication with them.
Fathers will come into our program with their heads down. 2 weeks later, their heads are up. 3 weeks later, they're laughing and talking. 4 weeks later, they're building a bond. And by the time we get to 8 weeks, they're saying, hey, we want to stay here. What can we do to stay connected?
It gave me a better perspective on how to look at things from other people's point of view. You know, sometimes us as men, we get caught up in being prideful and arrogant, thinking we don't need the help. We do. And we just have to put our pride, selfishness, and arrogance to the side. And when the help is there, take it.
Hope plays the most important role in everything that we do because we have to have hope. We have to remember that fathers are important, and we have to not only say it, but we have to live it, we have to breathe it, we have to do it, we have to convey it to everyone.
Let's get a BU Nation on 3, fellas. 1, 2, 3, BU Nation!
The dads give us hope. The dads supply for us on the days when it gets hard. On the days when we've seen more violence than we ever want to see. On the days when we've lost some dads to jail or to murder, they give us hope. And so the hope that lives can change, if you invest in them, if you believe in them, then lives can change.
Brothers United changed my life, let's say, because of where I come from, what I've been through. I learned to understand it is help out there. Don't be scared to ask for it. If you don't reach, you can't grab. That's it.
They made me more employable, more desirable by employers, which in turn helped me provide for my family and provide for my children and my grandchild. So it makes me a better man, a better father, and a better example.
It showed me like how to be better to my kids, so I went and got custody of my son. My son been with me for a couple months now. So this showed me how to be a better parent all around, just a better man, period.
Initially, I didn't know that it could change men's lives. I didn't know that fathers could change. But it's amazing to me when fathers come back a year later, 2 years later, and tell us thank you. Or they'll make a Facebook post and say, look at what I'm doing now. It's amazing to me about the level of work that we've been able to do and the lives that we've changed in just a short period of time. And the fathers who come back and say, thank you, I needed you, and you were there.
And shout out to Brothers United, man. Be you.
All right, we are back. We're back. This is the CSRN weekly video minutes. This is our podcast where we come and talk to you about some of the things that we've done. Last week, we've got 419 Day happening right now, and some of us are participating in some of those events. And we'll come back next week and break that down. And some of the things that we got coming up in the future, primarily letting you know that it's early vote time, and you should vote your conscience, and you should be knowledgeable about some of the issues that are coming up that will affect our community and some of the people that want to represent us. And we're going to have some of those people on to talk about what they think they can do for our community and some of the issues that are going on, and particularly the mental health levy and other things that are happening. And we want everybody to be informed to make your own decision. And also what we have going on right now, we've got someone in the green room. This is our sister, Tiara Armstrong, Heart to Hearts, and we're going to bring her up right now. All right. How you doing, sister?
I'm good. How are you?
All right, I'm doing just fine, just fine. Hey, listen, we want to thank you, all of us at CSRN. Want to thank you for joining us today. We have been watching you. I'm looking at my notes. We had the Black Lives Matter Awards, I think, in 2017, and we were watching you before then, just making moves. All right. And when it came time for the Black Lives Matter Awards, along with our sister Rashaya, shout out to Rashaya G for letting us know about you. All right. And we're like, wow, we had no idea. So listen, I could talk about this, all day regarding what you do in the program that you represent. And that's Heart to Heart right there. I don't know why they put the logo right over my face. All right. That's cool. I got y'all. I see what y'all trying to do. All right. All right, good help is hard to find, even volunteers. So, Tiara, for everybody that knows you, okay, you can reintroduce yourself, but there's many that are logging on this podcast for the first time to see what the protest community or the activist community does when we're not out in the streets. Well, we unify, and that's what we've been about. And if you could introduce yourself, who are you? All right. What do you do, and what do you want people to know about what you do?
Well, first and foremost, thank you for having me. I like the saying, reintroduce yourself, because who I was 5 years ago, 10 years ago is not who I am today. I'm still doing the work. I'm still in the room, but man, so much has changed within that time frame. So I like to introduce myself as a game changer. I am a room shifter. I come in and shake up things in a way unimaginable for the better. One, for the community, and then two, just for the women and the girls that I'm surrounded with. So for those who don't know, I am Tierra Deshay, Tierra Armstrong to many. I am a coach, I'm a mentor, I'm executive producer, I'm a mommy, I'm a wife, the list goes on. Executive director, sorry. I am a founder and CEO of Heart to Hearts, which is a nonprofit for girls. We work with girls ages 8 to 18. And what we do is educate, empower, and equip them with tools for success. We believe that, through our programming, we'll not only create leaders, but they'll be leaders in their own right, walking in their own identity, understanding who they are and whose they are, and walking with the utmost confidence. It's so unusual for girls these days to walk in their God-given abilities, to understand who they are. Somewhere along the line, they've lost it. So with the program, we are here to build up our babies and to show them that they can be whatever they choose to be. So that's a little bit about the program. I am also a life coach. I have a Tierra Deshay Coaching. We have been in the works for 4 years now. 2 of the last,
Wow.
I've really taken it serious. I work with some dynamic women, man, like taking what we do with our babies and just putting it on a bigger scale. We help women who have lost their confidence along the way, lost their voice, who are afraid to be who they're called to be. We help those women become who they are designed to be. God has put everybody here on this earth for a purpose. And somewhere along the way in our life experiences, we lose that. Trials, tests, and errors show us that we can't. But with me, I tell you that you can.
Wow.
And it goes back to what we talked about earlier when you was like, I don't know if I can do this. No, yes, you can. We have to stop saying what we can't do and start implementing what we can. If you're there, it's a reason. He's going to give it to you. If he positions you to be there, it's a reason. He's going to give it to you. He's going to make a way for it to happen. So I don't use can't. Can't is not in my vocabulary, because whatever I put my mind to, I am going to do. And that's what we teach our babies. And that's what I teach my ladies. So
Okay. Well, that's a lot. That's a lot. And you said yesterday, hey, look, all you got to do is say, hey, let me go, and I'm going to let you, know what it is. When did you know that this, who they call Coach T, how did you even know Coach T existed even before we knew about Coach T?
Oh, Coach T has always been inside of me. Coach T was the little girl who always wanted to help. Coach T was the one that everybody went to for the crying shoulder. Coach T is the one that people go to for advice, who they call for prayer. Even as a kid, my teenage years, I've always loved everything about counseling, everything about motivating, everything about encouraging. And it's always been in me. I tell people I'm not just stepping into this role. I was born this way. This is my God-given talent. So
Man.
it's more than just coaching. It's more than just mentoring. It's more than just running a business. Like, it's not just in me, it's on me. Everything I do exemplifies who Coach T is, who I am. And that's a game changer. I'm a room shifter.
Right. All right. Now, today is the first time that I've ever heard the term room shifter. And trust and believe, I'm taking notes. All right. I'm taking notes.
Take it.
All right. Thank you. All right. How did that term come to be? Because I've never heard of a room shifter. I've heard makers and shakers. I've heard this. I've heard that. I've never heard of a room shifter. How did that come?
To be a room shifter is to literally step foot in whatever territory I am, and I can change the atmosphere of the room. If you thought you were doubting yourself before I got there, it's going to change before I leave. If you felt that you were insecure in any type of way, it's going to change before I leave. If you had any type of negative thought, any type of negative action, or anything of that sort, it's going to change when I leave the room. I have been given a gift. And a lot of people say, you got in trouble in school for having the gift of gab. All of my report cards say she's an excellent student, but she talks too much, not realizing that my gift is talking. And it's not just saying what people want to hear. I'm telling you the truth. Everything that I state is truthful, but it's up to us to believe it. So not only am I opening up my mouth to talk to you, but I'm going to change the way you think, feel, and see yourself.
All right. Man, I've got a whole list of things. This is
I got time. I got time.
hey, yeah. I heard rapper Moneybag Yo say, "I got time today." All
I
right,
got time.
all right, all right. Hey, listen. All right, all these hats that you wear. How do you manage everything? How do you balance everything? How does that even happen?
It took some time and some practice. But like I just made a status earlier, I don't move unless God tells me to move. You'll never catch me moving before Him. It's when I move before Him that I find myself being set back. It's when I move before Him that I find myself imbalanced. It's when I move before Him that I find myself unequally yoked and in territories and spaces that I'm not supposed to be in, giving more than I have just for the sake of people wanting to be around me. When I'm out of alignment with Him, everything is
Yeah.
unbalanced. But when I'm in alignment with Him, everything runs smoothly, it's seamlessly. My time with my husband is my time with my husband. My time with my son is time with my son. Family time, work, business, mentoring, coaching, the list goes on. Like, it's so seamless. But it took for me to move out of my way. That's our problem, is we want to take on everything for everybody, thinking that we have to prove some type of point, because if I don't say no, somebody's going to feel some type of way about me. I'm sorry, I got boundaries, and my boundaries have allowed me to have balance within my life in all areas.
All right. Now, so what do you say to, I'm a former people pleaser. All right. And that's why we have self-care, because some of us just do way too much in
Absolutely.
saying yes to everything and everybody. How do you approach that when when you meet people that look like they're at their wits end because they're signing up for everything and they're signing on for everything? What do you say to get in particularly our young women, and you helping me today, all right? You helping me today, all right, all right. I know that the check, the bill is in the mail, but what do you say when you find some of us that are just overcome with double scheduling and over scheduling things? How does what happens? How do you communicate so that we bring it back in?
Get comfortable with the power of no. It's simply that easy. I'm a retired people pleaser. I used to do everything for everybody, and I found myself burnt out and tired and laying in a hospital bed. I don't have that in me. I'm way too young to be wore down and tired because I simply want to say yes. When I started saying no, and it started by saying no to things that didn't align with what I'm passionate about. If it doesn't align with coaching, if it doesn't align with mentoring, if it doesn't align with family, my values are core. If it doesn't align with my values, I can't do it. And it doesn't mean that maybe it won't come back around, but as of right now, my answer is no. Or schedule it.
Ooh, oh, okay, all right. Well,
You gotta schedule it with me, because you have it's privileged to have access to me,
hmm,
just like it's privileged to have access
man.
to you. And just like it's a privilege to be connected to God, it's a privilege to access me. So if I say no, I don't have the time right now, understand that maybe it's not right now, but it'll come back around. However, if it's room for it and I can make time for it, then schedule it. If it's not on my schedule, I can't do it, because it may run into time that I am coaching. It may run into time that I'm parenting, or time that I'm with my girls, or time that I'm with my husband. So I have to move very strategic on how I do things, because He's calling me to so much. But if I'm not available to be in the position of what He's called me for, then what good am I? I'm just running circles. That's insanity, doing the same thing over and over and expecting the same results, wanting to be leveled up in whatever capacity. That's crazy. So get comfortable with the power of no. Start small and minute. If somebody said, "Can you go to the gas station for me when you leave work?" No, I'm sorry, I'm tired. Can it wait
Mm,
till tomorrow?
mm.
And
All
once
right.
I started saying no, the game changed.
All
because
right. Well,
now everybody's not asking me to do stuff anymore.
okay. However, all right. Now you say no. What do you do with the people that appear to be disappointed and upset, and now they're angry because you can't be available at their beck and call? How do you deal with the pushback or the blowback from saying no?
It used to be very hard because I'm a very emotional person. I'm connected to everything that I do, and I literally feel people on me, with me, through me the whole time. So when people used to say, like, man, that's messed up that you can't do it, it used to bother me. But then I started to realize that those people who are truly for me, the people that God wants to be on my path, the people that God wants me to be connected to and in my corner, they'll understand that I can't do it right now. And so I'm not worried about if someone feels upset that I'm not able to do so, or that I'm not available, or I said no to their opportunity. What's for me, I'm never going to miss. Just like what's for you, you're never going to miss. That opportunity is always going to come back around. But if I'm constantly saying yes, I don't have room for those
Oh
opportunities.
man. All right. Look, I want to talk to you about faith. I want to talk to you about how faith plays a part, because I've heard you say, I'm like, so okay, so God is in there. All right. I want to give a shout out to the chat. There has never been a time in what we've done that our chat looks like this. All
Wow.
right. It's almost if they knew that Coach T was on. And if you hear some clicking in the back, we are in a building that has an old school furnace. All right. And I can hear the pipes. Come on now, building. So I want to shout out Miracle, Kaylin, man, you got some people. I better not say nothing out of pocket. All right, they will pull up. They will pull up and pop up in a second. So that already let me know. Stephania, Shadette. Hey, Lisa Sabecki is also watching it. And hey, listen, Lisa, it's election time, and if you want to come on and really state, why you should be elected, let us know. I was going to say holler at us, but let us know. Yolanda, man, I was going to say Renagia. I hope I said that.
Renaja, yes.
Ransha, I think Ransha has the Godfidence t-shirts.
Absolutely.
Man, man, man. Okay, all right, okay. I am okay. Let me just put my phone down.
That's my tribe.
Oh man,
I love, love, love those.
man.
Man, I love them. Actually, they did know because I sent out a message like, hey, join me in the room. We support each other like no other. Whatever someone is doing, if we can be in the room, then we're definitely in the room. If we can be virtual, then we're definitely there ASAP to support. So I appreciate every last one of those ladies on the call. Those are my sisters. That is, man,
Look,
you talking about
look,
name changing? It's
look,
not just me. It's an army behind me. Trust and
look. I'm
believe.
telling you, this is different because I can say, "Hey, listen, fam. Look, I'm going to be on 419 grind. I want y'all to check in." I think my mom checked in, and that was it. And so this is awesome. This is awesome. Yes, you do have an army of sisters that got your back, and
Absolutely.
nobody. I don't want to say better not. They bet not. They bet not say nothing about Coach T. They bet not. Well,
They
they can if
can't.
they want.
And can't
They
nobody say
can.
nothing about them either because I'm going to
Man,
war for them.
this
They
was
know
tough. Man,
that.
I'm loving this. Last month we had I think it was National Women's Month, and we had some sisters on. We had Avis Files on. We had Afri Hemmings. We had Anita Madison. We had Yvette Muhammad. We had a lot of sisters on, and we had Danetta Carter just at the beginning of the month. And man, there's so many sisters that's making it happen in the strongest way, and that's what I love. So I want to ask this question because we're going to take a short break and we're going to come back with Chris Pope. I see he's already in the green room, but I'm feeling like, hey, Chris, can you come back next week, dog?
That's my brother. Yes. No, you gotta talk to him.
All right. Plus, he does my cars, so hey, I gotta let him in. How does look? I'm a member of the faith community. All right, I'm a practicing Muslim, and I'm a member of a lot of the pastor stuff. And I know how we get down as men. And a lot of us will not put our faith into the universal exchange and get something that people can benefit from. A lot of us just want to talk, and it is what it is. And they could come and fight me too. All right. But they ain't, because fellas, y'all know I know. How does faith play a part? Usually when someone says faith, I'm going to be Muslim or Christian. However, I don't know how to translate that into work. So I see faith and works in you. How does faith play into it?
It's personal. I'm gonna put it that way. My faith is personal. The shirt I have on right now, which is a part of my clothing line that I'll be dropping here this week, is personal. My faith is personal. My story is personal. My process is personal. My connections are personal. I'm nothing without God. I'm nothing without God. There is nothing that I could possibly do on this earth on my own willpower. It's never, nothing. I've tried it. It doesn't work. Faith is the foundation of everything that I do, from my babies to my ladies, to my husband, to my son, to the relationships that I have. If I can't freely talk about God and all he's done in my life, then we're not supposed to be connected. However, you can stay connected to me, because eventually you're going to see how powerful it is when you connect back to your source. Everything that he's given us is because he believes so much in us. So who am I to say that I did this by myself, that it was just me? Because he says in scripture that he knew us before we was in our mother's womb. He knows every single hair that is on our body prior to us even being born in this world. Everybody was born with a purpose and a plan. So who am I to say my mom pushed me out and everything that I've done is just me? No, because when I should have been dead, he kept me. When I should have lost my mind, I'm still here. When I should have been broke and abandoned and poor, I was still made a way, but it wasn't me, it was God. Man. So yeah, everything about my faith life is serious. It's so personal to me. And that's an area of my life that I do not play with on any type of platform in any way, shape, or form, because without God, nothing in my life is possible. He's the reason why I'm here. He's the reason why these ladies are here. He's the reason why my girls are here, why my marriage has flourished, why my son is thriving, why everybody connected to me is rising. It's all him. It's all him. And I will constantly and forever give him all the glory, because he deserves that and more. So yeah, it's personal. My faith is personal.
All right. Well, tell us how you really feel. Okay. Man, I'm loving this. And I look, for our brother Bishop Randall Parker that may be streaming this, brother already got church for this week. All right. So look,
that's my brother.
I ain't going nowhere else Sunday. I already got church today. All right. A double portion.
I love it.
All right. My last question to you, and we're going to take a short break. We're going to bring back our brother Chris. Self-care. All right. What is it that you do? A lot of us in the activist community have missed that. So within our guiding principles, we put self-care as a part of what we do. You just can't give out and give out and give out and think you're going to show up at the next event or the next political thing, So for you, Coach, what do you do for self-care?
Well, first I have to be honest. I have a circle and I have a corner. If
Man.
you notice in a boxing match, when the fighter comes out, he comes out with an entourage. There's a whole lot of people that surround him. However, when he gets to that corner, there's only about 3 or 4 people that's truly there in that corner, right?
Oh,
So as much as I love my circle, I love the people that support me, that encourage me, that are showing up every single day. My corner rides me like no other. My sister, my husband, my mother, they are on me like nothing else. And then I have to remember that God also rests. He did everything for 6 days. And I just taught my
man.
ladies this in our morning calls that we do at 6 a.m. He did everything in 6 days, and on the seventh day he rests. We tend to think that the seventh day is Sunday.
Oh,
It's
man.
not. The seventh
Man,
day is Saturday.
come
So
on,
on
man.
Saturday,
Come
I'm
out.
going to do something that brings me back to who I am. And part of my resting is either going, and I'm sorry, I left one more person out. My mentor is also in my corner. If I need to go take a trip, I'm going to take a trip. If that means I'm shutting off my phone at a certain time, which I do, I'm going to 9 o'clock. Please don't text or call me because I'm not responding. I can't. I have to rest my mind mentally. My husband will tell me time and time again, babe, just close your eyes and rest. So I may sleep. A lot of times I go to the gym and I'm at the park. I love nature. Nature is my reset. I don't care how cold it is
Beautiful.
or how much snow is on the ground. I'm going to be outside. I need to connect in nature. But I take my self-care so personally. I love baths, massages, anything girly, facials of that nature. But I don't move until I
Man,
am
man.
replenished, because I cannot pour from an empty cup. I would be no good for anybody else around me unless I'm good to me first. So definitely take the time that I need on Saturdays. I make it my duty to do something because I'm pouring out weekly all day from top to bottom, morning, noon, and night. Saturday is my day where after I'm done with my coaching calls or I'm done with my clients, then I'm doing something for me before I spend time with my family. So
Um, Coach, man, I am so disappointed that we're gonna end put a bookend on this part. And for anyone within the activist community that may be streaming this later, take some points because we lost Coach T. We've lost a lot of good people because we lack that spiritual component to what we do.
right.
So for anyone that's streaming this, that's part of the activist community or and protest culture, look, this you've just been given a self care spiritual clinic, all right, by our sister Tara Armstrong in Heart to Hearts. Sister, thank you so much. We're going to take a short break. We're going to bring back our brother Chris Pope, Exclusive
Absolutely.
Auto Detail LLC. This is the Community Solidarity Response Network. We will be right back.
Thank you so
Hey,
much for
I'm Dr. P. Not only am I a leadership coach, I'm a change agent and I'm a race scholar. I've used my study of race to dismantle systems and organizations, but I also use that to help you as the individual become a better leader for your families and for your community.
All right, we are back. This is the CSRN Video Minutes, our weekly podcast. If you just tuned in, then you missed it, or you're gonna have to stream it on Spotify, stream it on YouTube. Our wonderful sister, Mrs. Tara Armstrong, Heart to Hearts. Um, I'm gonna start calling her Coach T. Because man, she motivates and inspires. Look, we want to keep this moving. So if we could bring our brother Chris Pope into the chat. How you feeling, my brother? All right, let's check out, see if my brother can hear us. Looks like we might be having some all right.
I'm doing good, sir. How are you?
All right, all right. We see that you are outside. All right. Hey, listen, Chris, for everybody that may not know you or know your business, who are you What is your business?
Yes, sir. I can hear you really good.
So once again, for those who may not know you, who are you? What is your business? And why should they know? All right, Chris, it looks like we're getting some freezing up on your side. Hopefully you get into a spot that, has some good Wi-Fi or good connection. All right.
Get my 1 second.
All right, family. While Chris takes care of his phone, here's what we're gonna do. Let's see, we're gonna have him log back in. He's gonna log back in, family. And while Chris is logging back in, we had talked earlier about CSRN and some of the things that we've accomplished over the years. And I think that one of the first things people learned about CSRN. Give me 1 second, family. All right. Looks like we are going to have our special guest. Give me 1 second.
Global Tellink. Except for approved attorney calls, this call may be monitored or recorded. I have a prepaid call from an inmate at a Colorado Correctional Facility. For customer assistance, billing inquiries, or to block future calls.
All right, Brother Chris.
My apologies. I had to get to a better Wi-Fi signal.
Yes, sir. Give me 1 second, brother.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Brother Chris, every week we have our brother Omar that calls in from Colorado correction institution, and he just happened to call in right at the time that we're talking to you. So I'm gonna have both of you on. Hey, brother Omar, are you here?
Yes, I am, my brother. How you doing?
All right, I'm doing just fine. Listen, brother Omar, we had a phenomenal show today. We had our sister Tierra Armstrong, and right now I'm talking with my brother Chris Pope. He owns Exclusive Auto Detail LLC, and you and I both, Omar, are about doing something for self. So I'm going to have you, brother Chris, if you can introduce yourself and what is Exclusive Auto Detail or Exclusive AD LLC?
Yes, sir. So my name is Chris Pope. I am a Toledo resident. Been here my whole life. Briefly moved away in the military. So I've served 6 years in the Air Force. After that, have a college degree in business administration. Have in the middle of my bachelor's program for social work. And I briefly took a pause on that. And so I'm just all about community. So if you see me right now, I'm actually I'm at Whitmer High School, in the middle of basketball practice, doing open gyms right now. So I'm also coaching, do what I can in the community. I coach junior high girls, and help with the high school girls. So that's what I'm currently doing right now. But as far as business go, so my business started as a home-based business. Been going for about 4 years. This is year 2 inside my actual brick and mortar building.
Yes, sir.
Started really, really small. A friend of mine blessed me with an opportunity to launch out and to use a space that he had acquired that he was going to use for storage, and gave me the opportunity to literally just branch out and see what I can do. And so we're going on year 2. Got a lot of good things going. Also getting into doing some mobile detailing this year. So I'm working on getting a truck ready to go for the spring once the weather really breaks, to start offering mobile services to those who may not be able to get to me, and just doing my part.
All right. Hey, let me shift it to brother Omar. Are you here?
Yes, I am, my brother.
Hey, listen. For brother Chris, he's involved in the community. How important do you think, brother Omar, it is that we be involved in the community like brother Chris is?
Man, it's very important. I salute the brother for just pulling himself up, and also helping others,
just rise above, any turmoil or any problems that they may have, or even for those who don't have problems, brother obviously is giving a good example. We need to just be there for each other, and the community is everything because at the end of the day, we're suffering from the same oppression in so many different ways. Medical apartheid. Problems with the legal system, problems with the education system, police brutality. We're not brutalized, or we're not forgotten because we're Baptist, Muslim, Jew, or Christian or whatever. It's because we're black. So we have to see each other as brothers and sisters and come together as one.
All right, thank you, Brother Omar. Listen, Chris. Okay, when someone says auto detail, I'm like, man, give me a break. All right, why would you want to do that? All right, they got a car wash downtown. All right, and I could just drive right through it. So, how did that vision happen for you?
And so you're absolutely right. So, right in Toledo, just like churches, there's plenty of detail shops and there's plenty of car washes all over town, automatic hand washing, whatever you want to do. But it's really all about offering an experience, right? And so you've been to my place a few times. You've been to my home when I was working out of my garage. You've been to my shop. And so it's really about the experience. It's the conversations that we can have. It's the wisdom and the knowledge we can drop on each other while you're getting your car clean. It's the space I provide where people can come and get their car serviced, but still work if need be, with the free Wi-Fi and the water and the quiet office space. Like, it's those things that separate what I do from a regular car wash. And I think that's the bigger piece, is being able, with any business, is you want to be able to do something that separates yourself, right? So, for example, there's a million different burger restaurants around town, from McDonald's to Burger King to Wendy's, Rallies, etc. They all do something different that separate them from their competition. And so for me, I pride myself on having the ability to offer those genuine conversations, whether you want to talk sports, whether you want to talk music or politics or religion or family life, being a husband and a father. Those things are very important to me. And so that's why I feel like that's what separates me from others.
All right. Hey, Brother Omar, I don't know if you knew this, Brother Omar, but you are actually my co-host today. And this question to you, Brother Omar, listen, how important is it that we be involved in business? Because I know a lot of us love sports, a lot of us love to listen to music. However, when it comes to business, that's the thing that doesn't get the glorification that if I wanted to spit a hot 16, which I could if I want to, but I'm not going to do it right. I'm not going to do it right now. So, Brother Omar, how important is it that we take up that mantle of creating businesses in our community?
It's very important because so often, the enemy, the rise of our people, they won't teach you the art of war, the art of finance, and the art of mating. And finance goes into business. They won't teach you, how to, be self-independent, to pull your community up, the same way that, they pull their communities up and they circulate the dollar amongst, their own communities, and they invest in themselves. That'll be anybody from, the Caucasian community to, the Asian community, to the Jewish community. If you look at the models of various communities, how when they either immigrated, to this country, some of them immediately set up infrastructure with business, and they spent money amongst their own to elevate their own because they knew that they'll be discriminated against, or they knew that they wanted to just put certain programs in place. So if you don't focus on business, if you're trying to be a rapper, entertainer, or singer, or whatever, the devil is in the details, like they say. So if you don't know the contract, if you don't know the contract law, you can be easily swindled, like some of our great brothers and sisters in the music industry. So business is everything, because if you look at the birds of the sky, they're about their business 24/7.
All right, now you talked about leveling up, and I don't know why they just put the logo right over my face. All right, they got and what we're doing right now, Brother Omar, on our screen we've got exclusive touch AD. All right, I don't know why I said exclusive. I didn't put the touch there. All right, so my fault, Brother Chris. we blame the people with the cue cards for that. Hey, listen, there's a change that happened because in the beginning, I don't think we had LLC.
Correct.
In the beginning, it wasn't AD. When did that change happen, and why?
So I made the change when I decided to legitimize my business, right? So I was researching names.
Okay, let me stop you. Say that again. You made the change when you wanted to what?
Legitimize my business.
Man, come on. So for all of us that's still selling oils and incense out the trunk, okay, that's me. Hold on. Man, that's beautiful. Okay, continue, brother.
Yep. So I wanted to legitimize my business, right? And so I went to my wife. We were talking, and she kind of helped me get some things established, as far as my EIN and understanding taxes and understanding business models and all those different type of things. Because she's an entrepreneur as well. And so when I decided to legitimize my business, that was the first thing I did. Was I seen, okay, well, these are what's being used. This is what is available. And of course, when you go to register your business, they show you different names, different trademarks that are being utilized, and you kind of figure out what works best for you. And that's what works best for me, is changing my name from just Exclusive Touch Auto Detailing to just shorten it to going Exclusive Touch AD, which still stands for Auto Detailing, but also honors my brother Adrian Henry, who died, and his initials were AD. That was his nickname. So it kind of worked a twofold for me.
All right. Now, before I get back to Brother Omar, how does faith play into your business? How does faith play into your life? You were one of our Black Lives Matter Awards recipients because people watch. You have no idea who's cheering for you. And the people that are cheering for you the loudest, they may not click a like. All right. How does faith play a part in Exclusive Touch AD LLC?
So it's a huge part that my life is based around faith. As you know, you're very close to me, and you're very close friends with my pastor. So you know I'm all about serving the community and doing things. Pastor Randall Parker is my pastor, of course, and
we just shouted him out. I said after Tierra spoke, I was saying, "Hey, brother Bishop Randall, hey, I already got church for this week because usually he'll make a post, and I'm like, cool, I ain't got to go to church. All right, Sunday, he already did it."
But yeah, so and that's the thing. Like, I'm a pastor's kid, right? So my dad and mother both are ministers and pastors and things of that nature, and so it's a part of my livelihood. It's who I am. And even now, currently, my wife and I both are ministers, and we travel and we encourage and we do all those different things. And for me, without faith, I wouldn't have a business, right? I would still be leaning on my other streams of income instead of trusting the gifts and talents and the abilities God gave me.
Man, listen, I told Sister Tierra, for all of our that are involved in the protest community and activist culture, when you stream this, listen to Brother Chris, listen to Sister Tierra, this to Brother Omar. Hey, listen, Brother Omar, we're talking about faith now, how it plays an important part of your life. And Brother Omar, you assist us in this movement for justice, this movement for equality and freedom. How does faith play a part in what you do on a daily basis, Brother Omar?
And it's huge. My brother is everything for me because so often when you struggling against the forces of injustice, they don't want to budge, not even an inch. Especially if you one man that can expose an issue, or one man or woman, a boy or girl that can expose the issue that can liberate a lot of people from the bondage they're in. So I have to keep my eyes focused on the Creator each and every day to know that He's above all, He sees all, no matter what man does or doesn't do. That His will reign supreme at all times, my brother. So it's everything to me. It's very important.
All right. And Brother Omar, just for anyone that are logging on right now, who are you? Where are you, and what keeps you coming back every week or getting up every day to fight this good fight?
Okay, my name is Omar Jen. I'm the oldest of three siblings. I was born May 6, 1984. in Boynton Beach, Florida. Currently unlawfully incarcerated in Colorado Sterling Correctional Facility, the Citadel of the Ku Klux Klan. As explained by my website, freeourbrothers.com, state of Colorado has a wrongful conviction machine, the no indictment machine that's railroading disproportionately black and brown people to prison without probable cause, without valid charges, without any respect for due process of law. So what keeps me coming back is that, brother, you keep inviting me and open up this beautiful platform, give me the opportunity to get the message out to the people. That's freeourbrothers.com, Instagram at Free Our Brothers, and Facebook at Free Our Brothers. That's what keeps me coming back. This beautiful platform, knowing that I must fight for myself and others and stay strong and, keep moving in revolutionary action.
All right, thank you. Hey, listen, in closing, I've got a couple of questions for Brother Chris, and then I need to put a button on this with Brother Omar. This has been definitely, and also Brother Chris, Sister Tiara is shouting you out. All right, she blowed up the chat.
Yeah, that's my sister. We've been friends a really long time. My daughter is a part of her mentoring group, and she's friends with my wife. So yeah, we go ways back.
Man, and look, I had no idea. We had no idea when we were, when we schedule our brothers and sisters for what we do, that you two were this close. All right, we had no idea. And brother, you are loved by so many people, or so many people. And for Sister Ransha, I need to get one of those Godfidence t-shirts. You ever seen those, Chris?
Absolutely. So she is a part of my church too. So yes.
Man, come on. Oh man,
that's my sister. She got great product for sure.
All right. So shout out for Sister Ransha, Godfidence. You can find her on Facebook. Find out if you got Cash App, PayPal, Venmo. Hey, look, we need to support our own, and I saw it at some of the events that we have. So for you, Brother Chris, man, how we just came out of National Women's Month. How important is the woman in your life that keeps you doing what you're doing? How important is that?
Literally, that's my backbone, my rib, my everything. Like, without my wife, my spiritual advisor, my prayer warrior, my companion, my helpmeet. Literally, without her, my business wouldn't be where it is today. But even more, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. Right. I'm also a father of 3 daughters, so I literally have nothing but one.
Man,
bro. And so literally they keep me grounded, they keep me on my toes, they keep me prayed up, they keep me learning and growing and developing and becoming a better man overall, not just a father and a husband, but becoming a better man, becoming more responsible, understanding the importance of financial literacy, understanding the importance of my role as the head of household. All these different things I didn't have, not having a father in the home. And so by having a wife and having children, not understanding the purpose and the power that I possess because of who I'm connected to. And that's something a lot of us don't realize is the person you connected to is the person that's going to help you pull you to your next level and help you get to the furtherance that God has for you. So it's all about who you're connected to.
Okay. All right. Now, you're a young brother. When did you figure all this out? I didn't figure that out until my 50s. All right.
So
I didn't figure that out. Yeah.
Literally, it's been a journey and a personal journey that I've been on literally for the past probably few months, trying to rediscover who I am, but also rediscovering who I am in God and who I am as a husband. And I had to understand and learn the importance of putting my family and my spouse first before any and everybody else.
Look, shout out to Bishop Randall. Brother Bishop, man, Brother Bishop, your students are beautiful representations of who he is. I love that brother. I love that brother, and I got to get him on. All right, I got to get him on. Let me bring it to Brother Omar. Listen, we hope to have next week, Brother Chris, we hope to have Omar back, and also we hope to have his fiance back on, because she's big in this movement for justice for our brothers who are incarcerated or confined citizens. Brother Omar, how important is the woman in our struggle for balance?
And everything, second self of the creator. She, my fiance, has been there through thick and thin. She challenges me on a personal level. With my activism. We've been through. We're best friends. We're connected to the creator, and we connect with each other. Each and every day. And she helps me to examine myself to see how I relate to not only her, but to our son and the people around me, and even my enemies. The people that are trying to hold me back and destroy my mind. So she helps me to stay focused and calm and see the bigger picture. So she's everything to me. I thank God for her each and every day. She's also my first love.
You have 60 seconds remaining.
In the 60 seconds, I would say that I'm thankful for her and this opportunity. And Shields Up Revolutionary greetings. Please support freeourbrothers.com.
All right, brother. And what we'll do later, we're going to make sure we have your website on our page. And family, we've got some wonderful brothers and sisters that are in the belly of the beast. And I thank you, Brother Omar, for helping us continue this movement.
You have 30 seconds remaining.
And I got
no
30
problem,
seconds.
brother. Thank you for having me on. And I'll salute everybody. Next time you need me to call me back, call back. Just let me know, and I'll call back, my brother.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, brother.
Later.
All right, Brother Chris, I thank you for participating. That's Brother Omar Gent. He joined us in our movement a few years ago, and even though he's incarcerated, he always brings the proper spirit to help motivate us that are out here attempting to do the work. However, on this podcast, faith has been a huge component in this podcast tonight. And I'm so thankful for you. I'm so thankful for our sister Tiara, because within the activist community, a lot of people may not recognize how important faith is. And I do the best I can without trying to proselytize and do all of that, But I'm glad that I had you here, brother.
Yes, sir.
Right? I'm glad that I had you here to hold it down so that we can know and understand that in everything we do, we're not the center of everything.
Absolutely.
All right. We're not. There is a center, and you have to find that. You have to have that faith in that center, if it's God or whomever that person wants to call it, but it's not you. All right. It has nothing to do with you. All right. Listen, brother, before we go, you talked about the mobile aspect of what you do. What should we be looking forward to soon from Exclusive Touch AD LLC?
Yep. So more community involvement. I definitely plan to sponsor some community events this summer to be a part wherever I can to help other organizations and things that's going on in the community. But then also, like I said, we plan to expand to be mobile. I'm actually planning to hire a couple teams this summer as well, to kind of teach them some things, but also do my part in making sure that they're able to stay off the streets and just be able to make some money the honest way, and doing my part, whatever I can to help.
All right. And as we close out, for our activist community, I'm going to strive to issue a mandate that if you have a car, we want to make our brother Chris our official detailer. All right. So if you believe that all Black lives matter, if you believe in justice and equality, then also we need to spend with our own. We need to spend with those who support us. And right now we have a brother in Chris Pope, Exclusive Touch AD LLC. I utilize this brother. He does a wonderful job. And some of our cars, family, are dirty. All right, from carrying all those protest signs. All right, so listen, get with our brother. If you love CSRN, get with Brother Chris. You know, he's not hard to find. Let's put his, I think we're going to put your information in the chat. Somebody just put it in the chat. So,
Ron Shay, I appreciate it, sis.
yeah. So if you're streaming this later on and you want to know how you can help the movement, all right, you may not want to be out there on the protest, on the protest line. You may not want to be at a press conference when we're speaking truth to power. Yeah, that's fine. Some of us in the trenches, some of us passing up ammunition. All right, one of the ways that you can help is by supporting our brother Chris. One of the ways that you can help is by supporting Exclusive Touch AD LLC. So find that brother on Facebook. He ain't ducking, dodging. Schedule an appointment. All right. And I love that about you that, hey, you got a scheduler there. All right.
Absolutely.
You just can't call this brother up and say, hey, look, nah, bro, schedule it. That's one of Tiara's things. She said, you got the schedule with me. I'm like, all right. All right. Hey, listen, brother. Thank you for having for being here. And in the future, is it okay if we bring you back to talk about how important business is, financial literacy is, and legitimizing the things that we do?
Absolutely, absolutely. And I think another person would be my wife. She's amazing as well. She's a licensed therapist, motivational speaker, and she definitely can insight a lot of people on how to maintain business, how to grow their business, all those different things, branding, marketing. Literally, she does it all. So absolutely.
Oh man. All right. Hey, listen, family. We're gonna come to an end of our podcast. One of the things that we say is that all lives can't matter until Black lives matter, and Black lives can't matter until all Black lives matter. Justice or else, peace. Thank you, brother Chris.
Thank you, sir.
So much for being here.